All right, let's get started. Hello, everyone. Um, the thing I'm gonna do is add a date because it just helps, and all about making this better. And I do so by learning hands-on, not so much being told what to do. So, as I'm learning through this process, I want to get this podcast better and better and better because I don't want to make trash shit by purpose. I want to do and make trash shit by accident, so I can clean it up and fix it and become better. So today is May 1st, 2024, and we got some shit to talk about. Well, I got some shit to talk about. It's my first podcast episode by myself, and I'm here for it. And it's my shit, so let's get it. So also another thing I'm gonna do is start like talking about the show we're gonna talk about, so I can know what's on my mind, what I'm gonna be saying. First, let's talk about what just happened today. Recap: Dallas Mavericks versus Los Angeles Clippers, and Boston Celtics versus Miami Heat for the playoff basketball game. Got some opinions on both of those, and it's getting good. It's getting good. Next, should Giannis and Dame come back this season, this playoffs, even if they do continue to win and advance? Thoughts on that? Next one. This one I was talking with my friend at the bar, and I'm like, this is something interesting. Let me put some thought into it. Is Tatum a one? We'll get back to that. And then next, while we're talking about ones, who is the one on the Suns? One as like the star player, the leader, the guy galvanized the troops type stuff. Next, should LeBron James leave LA? And what else we have here? I want to talk about the Timberwolves. They're a pretty interesting story. I got some good opinions about that. So I have a whole Timberwolves section, and then NFL draft recap. What stood out, what I liked, what I didn't like, and tied into that, I'm gonna have to talk about Atlanta picking up Penix Jr. While having Kirk Cousins on a 100+ million guaranteed contract. That's gonna be good. But all that being said, let me drink my drink. There's been a lot of talking with me, just me talking, not listening. So here we go. So first things first, shout out to my Boston Celtics for finishing the job on the first series of their playoffs against the Miami Heat, beating them today. It was for like 118-80. It was a ass whooping, and I'm here for it because that's what they should be doing without a Jimmy Butler, without a Terry Rozier on their team. You know what I'm saying? It was 118-84. Yes, Celtics. Yes, y'all doing your thing right now. I really appreciate it. The team looks good all around. And my questions about Azula as a head coach, sorry if I mispronounced that, they're getting answered. They're getting answered, and I'm like what I'm seeing, and as a Boston fan, I'm loving. Now, Porzingis is hurt, and I don't necessarily think that we need him for the next series against Cleveland and or Orlando at this set of time. Don't know who the answer will be, and but we definitely gonna need a championship. So I hope he gets healthy soon because even if you come back from injury and play, doesn't mean you're fully healthy. That shit's still gonna be sore the next day. You still have to ice it 24/7. It's just a burden, and you're just not as flexible as you are without it. You know. So I just really hope that even if he does come back, he comes back fully healthy and not too out of it and have it too bother him too much. Or if it is, at least he gets to a point where he can get through that pain and it doesn't affect his game. And if it does, probably like a good 5%. That's okay. There's leeways to it, but preferably you're gonna need all the firepower, all those threes, all those offensive plays that Porzingis brings in with the Boston Celtics work around to beat Denver Nuggets or Timberwolves or Dallas, whoever comes out of West. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Celtics. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Let them get their rest in, scout some more, um, and yeah. On top of that, let me go ahead and throw that Tatum part in. Mm, we'll come back to that. We'll put a pin on that. Next, the Dallas Mavericks and the Los Angeles Clippers. This is the series. This is the first round series that everyone's watching. I think if you're watching basketball, like basketball, especially with the Lakers out, a lot of these teams out, all eyes is on this series, and man, has it delivered. I am liking both sides of it for like it's a back and forth game. Tonight was an ass whooping. It was an ass whooping, and Kyrie fucking did his thing. It might not show up on the stat sheet, but the shit that you can't see, like the plays that he was making, the it the shit that doesn't show up on the stat sheet sometimes. The energy plays, the hustle plays, the diving for the basketball, even though if you might not get it, but that type of shit, you feed off of that as a teammate. You know what I'm saying? My boy's hustling, throwing his body out there like that. I gotta do something too. Let me go ahead and get this offensive rebound real quick and put it back up, type shit. Um, Kyrie did his thing. He's such a fun player to watch. Yeah, 14 points, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds. That doesn't sound like a good game. It sounds like a decent game. But people who watch that game from start to finish and watch Kyrie, they're like, no, Kyrie had a good game. It's just not showing up on the stat line, the immediate stat line. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at all the stats. He also had 2 steals. I want to say he might probably have like 4 of them. From what I saw, I just didn't count the steals because he was tipping the ball up and let someone else catching it and shit. But he caused the steal. You know what I'm saying? But man, Luka and Kyrie are so fun to watch. And when these two niggas are locked in on defense, this thing, Dallas, this game, yeah, everyone, the offense wasn't all that. The hustle was there, offense wasn't all that, but the defense won this game against the Clippers. And James Harden had one of those games that I said in the first podcast. James Harden can get you a 30-point game and he can get you like a 5-point game. This nigga had 7 points, 2 for 12, bro. He only made 2 field goals. It's what I expected from James Harden. You know what I'm saying? Paul George had his little run, had a few contested threes back to back, but just wasn't enough. But like I was saying, Dallas defense really did their thing. They had the Clippers shooting 25% from the 3-point line and 37 from the field goal. That won them the game. That really won them the game. I was so impressed, and I want to see this duo because Luca came in and sealed the deal. He had like a couple step back threes and ones, and I'm just like, bro, these two are so fun to watch. As a basketball player, just watch the the showtime, the entertainment of the basketball, not just the good fundamentals. Luke and Kyrie are those two to watch, and they're on the same team, man. I like that their chemistry is there. Like I saw a moment where Kyrie and Luka had a fast break, but Luka got pushed to the ground. Kyrie did not give up on any play tonight, but he didn't give up on the play. Passed the ball to Lively, got a dunk in transition. Probably wasn't Lively, I'm not sure, but it was someone in transition. It was an and one. The moment after that, I say all to say, Luka was mad he didn't get the foul. Kyrie came over there, put his head on his shoulder. Like, well, we're good. We got the and one. We're going to free throw line. It's a timeout. Let's go sit to the bench. He probably didn't say those words. I almost 100% sure he didn't say those words, but that's what the vibe was given. They have some good chemistry together, and that's gonna go far. Especially when those two niggas will lock up on defense. They can play defense, bro. People say, "Oh, Kyrie and Luka can't." No, they just don't. But they can play defense. Kyrie got some quick hands. He can get some steals going on. So I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Kyrie looking. I just want this series to continue because I think James Harden's about to come back this next game and bust their ass and just drop a crazy game. And it's going to go to game 7. I predict this to go to game 7. I mean, I'm okay with whoever winning the series, but I'm rooting for Dallas because I like Kyrie and Luka so much. Like one of my favorites. So yeah, that was a good game. Both were good games today, and I like what I saw. What what the Clippers need to do next week is literally just have James get hot. He did not get a rhythm. When he's in a rhythm, they win. He wasn't doing his floaters. Maybe they're sealing it off. I have to rewatch the game, but he wasn't hitting his floaters. Like in the last game, in the fourth quarter, dude hit like 3 to 4 floaters back to back, and that kind of sealed the deal from Dallas from ever catching back up and taking the lead. So it was they're gonna be all right. I believe James Harden will do that, but history shows that he probably won't. But I think he will. I have faith in James Harden still. But yeah, that was a little recap from tonight's game. Um, both, I'm happy with both of those results personally. I'm personally happy with both those results. So moving on, Shit, Giannis and Dame come back. Right now, it's currently a 3-2 lead um, on Indiana with the Bucks. The game is now going back to Indiana, if I'm not mistaken. Indiana has a 3-2 lead, and it is Indiana's home court. First, let me answer this question. If Giannis and Dame doesn't come back, do they have enough to beat the Indiana Pacers? In my opinion, yes, because Chris Middleton shown that he can be that guy in playoff and shown up big in playoffs. He had a 40-point game in that loss, but he showed that he's capable. Their role players are nice. Patrick Beverly, Brooke Lopez, Bobby Porter Jr. Those two, if they can get hot and they start hyping each other, two fucking energizer bunnies that go crazy on defense, hype each other up and get the whole team on board, have the whole swag about their team, kind of like they did in this last game. Yeah, they can do that two more times. I think they can do that two more times, especially if it's a game seven at home. I think Middleton just really needs to carry this team this next one. Like, be those buckets where they need to get buckets. And you know what? Brook Lopez can show up too. He has Miles Turner, and Miles Turner's defensive. He's good. He's good. But Brook Lopez can drop 30. Brook Lopez can drop those threes. If they run some plays between like a big high pick and roll with Chris Middleton and Lopez, kind of like how LeBron and AD was doing to a way lesser level. I'm not going to try to act like that's on the same level for those type of people. But moving on, they can do that, and they have some nice wing defenders to knock down those threes and just to throw defense. They have to contain Halliburton. I think more so Siakam because Siakam doesn't have a bad game. They have a bad game, they win typically. So that's what I need to happen. But with all that being said, should Dame and Giannis come back? They shouldn't force an injury to come back because it's only going to hurt them next year. This is 1 year together with Doc Rivers. Um, Not even being there for the full season, get the whole offseason in. The top injury that they both have in their, I want to say they're not getting any younger. You have to bring them in. If they can make it past this round, do not play them in Game 7. Yeah, I'm a man of faith. This is what I would say. I'm gonna keep it real. This is my honest opinion. If there's a Game 7, you still don't play Giannis and Dame. If it's meant to be, it's gonna be meant to be. If one of them's gonna be like, I can squeeze it in, nah. If not, we're gonna rest you off to next season so we can all come back fresh and come back hot and run this shit. But if so, we get to the next round and we play what it looks like, presumably New York or the Sixers, then yeah, you got to bring Dame and Giannis back because we got to see that game. That's a little bit biased, but like up until that point, if you're gonna be squeezing, like fighting your way in, and like extremely scoring, it's a point you're not gonna be effective, not even be half the player that you are. Yeah, you don't do it because both of them are very athletic and do a lot of moving. So I say sit them until the next round, honestly, and then it would be a perfect setting. At that rest, all they needed, play the games they need to play, the big ones right here. You know, if not, no one's gonna be too crazy for y'all not getting it together in the first time of playing together. You know, especially with the injury, so there will be some slack cut. No one's gonna be criticizing them as much. Like, oh, they lost in the first round. But like, their two best players weren't there, so a lot of people, you know, there won't be no as much criticism, and that's something Doc Rivers also could get away with as well. If he doesn't like, hey guys, what can you say? I had my two best players out injured. You know, the media will be a little bit more light on it. So I think it's a good win-win scenario for me if they for them if they don't do Um, if they don't play Dame and Giannis in the first round. Moving on. That being said, that's that. The Suns got swept by Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves. Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker lost to this young buck, Michael Jordan's son. Apparently, that's what people say. I don't know. It's crazy because they were talking about the playoffs. They can't hold us all. They can't hold us all. Well, Bradley Beal, you got to show us some more in the playoffs, homie. Yeah, what was it? 7 points in the closeout game. We're not gonna get swept. Oof. I'll be damned if we get swept. Those are your words, not mine. Those are your words, not mine. But you know, it happens. Um, and there's so much that's going on that could have went better for the Suns, but it didn't. Like to be swept, and I've been in that Phoenix arena. That arena is nice, so the crowd would get behind them. They got swept, man. That's crazy, you know. And it, Anthony just is that dude. He is becoming one of the faces of the league. He's getting commercials. He has the he has that charisma, that personality that people like just like to watch. He's an entertainer, you know, and he likes to hoop. I remember one of the interviews he had. He was talking about if I can play, I want to play. I don't want to rest any games. If I play 82 games, I play 82 games every season. You know, like fuck that. I'm here to play. It's my job. That's what people come see me do. Like once I heard that, I'm like, okay, this dude just likes to hoop, and I love that. I love to see that. I love, and he shows it on the court. Man, it's not fun. He doesn't run away from nothing. He wanted KD on him. Said, "You my favorite player, but I'm about to bust your ass." You know what I'm saying? Like that is some dog mentality. You know, and I understand what Stephen A. Smith's talking about, like this Michael, this Kobe, this Ant. That mentality of a dog of like, I don't care who it is, I'm going, and no one's gonna stop me. Like, and I see that, and he is a dog. Will he be like Michael and Michael and Kobe? I don't know. I would love to see that, but that is yet to be remained. And I'm excited to see this young man grow, continue playing. They got a nice squad. They got a nice chance. They got a nice chance at it all. But the Phoenix woes, I think, in my opinion, is two things. One, not a true point guard anywhere on the court in the starting lineup, which is needed. Like to the point where I would say they should have kept Chris Paul and let Bradley Beal go. Like not get Bradley Beal. Still the trade for Aiden for Nurkic, I think fit really well, honestly. But with Chris Paul running that team, I don't think they get swept. Chris Paul, Kevin Durant, Nurkic, the boys, I don't think they get swept. I think it's better than Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant, personally. And yeah, so like one is they needed a point guard, and two, who's the one on that team? It's Devin Booker. It's a Kevin Durant. We could definitely can say it's not Bradley Beal now. He did it to himself. I, that's not me being like I hate Bradley Beal. It's just what have you shown us? But you can't have 7 points in the last game. You know what I'm saying? But is it Devin Booker? Devin Booker is the more can get those big games of 50, 60 here and there, but and then have some games where he might only have 15, 12. Kevin Durant, you're getting over 20 every single game, no matter what. Period. You gonna get some 35 games in there as well. Get you a 40. But will he be that leader, that vocalness? Like who is that? Is Devin Booker even that? I don't. Bradley Beal's not too. Like who is their leader on that team? Who is their one? They have two players with number one talent, no question at all. Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, number one talent, like easily. Should these players be players you can build around? Absolutely as well. Those guys you can build around. Like, hey, I want Kevin Durant and I'll build around everything. I want Devin Booker to build around everything else. That's their level of skill and offensive ability capabilities. They are cold. They are hoopers. They are those dudes. But are they a one? Are they a LeBron James? Hey y'all, let's get this shit together. You know what I'm saying? Are they a leader to be like, hey guys, we're fucking up. I'm fucking up. Let's get something going. Like, we got this. We need to get going. Who's their vocal leader? Who's the one leading them, like cheering them on or getting on the ass when they need to? Who is doing that? Kevin Durant, Devin Booker? I don't know. But they need someone to do it. that Chris Paul like on the court coach type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like settling down, motivating, whatever it is. Like yeah, something. Who is that on that team? They just got three cold niggas that can hoop, but you need a leader. And point guards are usually in that position, so that's why I say yeah, point guard. But yeah, they still need a point guard to facilitate the ball on the offense as well. Because now it's really just it's a pickup game with them dudes. Honestly, they're playing pickup basketball, like 1-on-1. Like no one can beat me 1-on-1. That's true. None of them could beat them on even 2-on-1. They can still attack the zone to find an open man. But it's I don't know what the offense is really, and they just need a leader. They need someone there to be. It's usually your best player that is your one. That's how it essentially goes. But you still need that guy to be so much more than being the best player on the court, skill wise. It has to be very much emotional wise too, mental wise definitely, and like can a community? Can you lead? Can you fucking lead? Who is the leader? I don't know. Maybe they find one. I hope they find one because I don't want those years to go to waste for these great players. The old's kicking out the door. Look at it. Look who's left. Shea, Anthony Edwards, Jason Tatum, Luca, Donovan Mitchell, Ben Carroll. It, we're moving on. And I would like to see the last of those players, those great athletes that I grew up from high school watching, middle school watching, to well, maybe high school, to see the best of them, and in a good way. Speaking of number ones, is Jason Tatum a number one for the Boston Celtics? Skill wise, absolutely. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. But this man has been the best player on the team, damn near since he got there, except for like that one, two, first, second year when Kyrie was still on the team. Kyrie was the best player on the team. There was no questions asked. Um, but now Jason Tatum has been the best player on the team for 6, 7 years now, for sure 5. But I'm not sure if he's the one. He does make plays happen when he's not cold. When he's cold, like he does everything else on the court. Talent is definitely there. People constantly trying to put this man in the MVP race, but sometimes he just kicks himself out of it. But Jason Tatum, I'm not sure if he has the leader qualities in him. I see it way more in Jaylen Brown than him. And Jaylen Brown's a leader. He's one of the I think he's VP of players. The not playoff version, but the players union, the NBA players union. So like he knows how to lead. But I'm not sure Jason Tatum is one. Me and my homeboy Ramel was talking about it. Like he asked me, "Is Tatum a one?" I'm like, he definitely can be. He definitely can be. Maybe he might get to learn to be a one, and I think he might be there now. I think this transition now. I think we're going to find out for sure this playoff if Tatum is a one. Pressure's on you. You are the best player on the team. Can you lead this team to victory? You have the best roster. Y'all been the best team in the NBA. Y'all will have home court advantage throughout this playoff. Can you be that vocal leader? Can you be that community gatherer? Can you be all that you need to be to win a championship, to be that leader? Because if you do, and if you are, man, the rest of your life is going to be great. You're going to be winning a championship with the iconic Boston Celtics. The You already got the Subway commercials. Everyone's going to know you more. Everything like the sky's the limit for you after that. Honestly, you can be on a trajectory to be a billionaire with your success. And I want him to be a leader. I want him to be a one, no questions asked. But right now, this question being asked. Some people are like, "Is Jalen?" For a while, 2 years ago, people were asking, like when Ime Udoka was there, is Jason Tatum even the best player? Maybe Jalen Brown. Now, it's always been Jason Tatum. Me, that's what I've been saying. But it was a conversation being had, and it was because Jalen Brown was performing just as well as Jason Tatum, numbers wise, and he also had that leader mentality and leader quality. Like he can be a one. Jalen Brown definitely can be, but Jason Tatum is the best player on the team, and I think we want and need him to be a one. Um, Today, right now, I do not think he is one, but I do see, and I have seen, I do, and I have seen progress in him towards being a one, and I hope it continues, and it only can like advance through playoff. Like when your team needs you the most, they're on a 12, like you're down by 12. I need you to come drop 8 and assist, maybe 2 assists, because those assists matters. That means you're getting your teammates involved. Everyone's with you. Y'all rolling together, like making some big, impactful plays for your team. Jason Tatum, you're making the right progression up there. Keep making it happen. I just don't think you're there right now today, but it will be shown. It will show this year, and for the rest of the time, I think people can say to prove otherwise, you won't be a one if you don't show it. You know, I don't think you have to win the championship, but you have to show the leadership quality. And for this specific topic, but if you win the championship, you there, bro. So best of luck. Next on the agenda, here we go. Should LeBron James stay or leave? I'm sure you heard the soundbite where LeBron was asked, like, be a Laker. He said, I'm not answering that question right now, which is also not a yes or not a no. So it gives us time to think, and I think LeBron James is doing this on purpose because, like, I know the media wants to have something to talk about because basketball is about to be over. We can start talking about this, have this in everyone's conversation. Like, he's a smart businessman. He knew what he was doing. He already has an answer, most likely. But it gives everyone else like us to talk and enjoy it. Shout out to him for giving us that. That being said, do I think he should leave LA? You got so much going on here, bro. You have nothing else to prove. Um, if you want to play with your kid, play with your kid. Let that be a goal of yours. I know he might not want it, but if it is for you, then fuck it. It's your goal. Don't go back looking at it saying like, "Damn, I wish I didn't do that," because I'm not caring about it as much now. Blah blah blah. Nah, if you want to play with your kid, then go wherever you want to kick it. But that being said, I think he should just stay in LA. Um, they can make moves. If he really wants to like just win another championship, they can make moves. Trey Young's available. DeJounte Murray's available. There's some other players that are available. They can make something happen where they can make a nice little run. Um, right now, honestly, it's just Denver in the way. I think if they didn't play Denver, they could be almost any other team in the West. Um, so just stay where you're at. I think it's what's best. But I'm also going to say what would be fun. My opinion is I think LeBron will stay. But should he stay? For more, let me explain. LeBron James, if he was to go to another team and win a championship with another team and win MVP with that said team, he would be the first athlete ever in any sport, American sports at least, from what I read up. I will double check on it, but the first ever to get 4 separate championships and MVPs of those championships in any sport. Meaning, let me clarify, probably didn't say that. So LeBron won one with the Lakers, Cleveland, Miami, all win MVPs, and say he goes to New York and wins another MVP. No other player in any other sports like football, there wasn't a quarterback that went to 4 different teams and won 4 different championships. There was and MVPs. There was not one in hockey. There was not one in baseball to go 4 different teams to win championships and MVP in those same teams. That would be legendary for his add-on stack list of things he's done. The people that talk about Michael Jordan being better than LeBron will then definitely have something to shake their boots, shake their legs about for sure. They should be now, honestly. That's another debate. But they should that should be something to be marveled at. Like this dude went to 4 different teams and won championships and MVP for each team. Bruh, no one does that. That doesn't happen. You know. So and be like relevant on those teams. So that would be very, very, that's one thing that I would say you chase. If that's what you want to do, then yeah. And that with that being said, what I would love to see is him in Golden State. LeBron James and Steph Curry combo would be so fun to watch. Well, what can you do? That would be so fun. And I know Curry would let them, man. That would be like how I'm enjoying Luca and Kyrie together, Steph and LeBron together. Like it has to happen next year. Like any other year afterward, I don't think neither of them would be good enough to see as exciting and as fun. They'll still be great, just a lesser version. I want to see this is probably like the probably next 2 years the end of a peak top performance. I don't know. LeBron just keeps changing the rules, so maybe. But yeah, man, that would be so fun to watch as a fan. I don't care. I'll watch every game. They be playing uh, Charlotte. I'll be watching that. Bro, I am. That would be so fun to watch. That would be fun to watch. But for him to win a championship, I think, I think the answer is between these three teams: Miami 76ers and the Knicks. Those three teams, like, I, Miami's probably at the bottom of the list, but not because they're in the East. But if you went to the other two teams, it would be a better chance. The other two teams would be in the 76ers and the Knicks. Jalen Brunson, LeBron James, Julius Randle, G, man, that would be fun to watch. And winning a championship in New York, yeah, everybody love New York. That shit. We got LA niggas love you for winning LA and New York. Well, LA's my niggas. I beat you for going to New York, but LA people love you for bringing championship to LA. New York people love you. Miami, bro, you hit all the major markets except Houston. So that would be great for him too. But like the team is also nice. That's a nice team with a good coach. A good coach. A lot of players don't like playing for it, but whatever. He's a good coach. And then with the Sixers, Maxi, LeBron, Embiid, Oubre, whoever else off that team stays healthy. Who's stopping them? They got a 1, 3, and a 5. Bro, that would be probably the best team. But I wouldn't say do it because you don't know if Embiid can stay healthy. I would say go New York because that'd be more sustainable. And yeah, that's my opinion on LeBron James staying. I think he should stay in LA. But if he doesn't, the funnest team to watch would be the Warriors. The number one best team he has to win a championship would be um, the Knicks due to health reasons. 76 would be the best roster. Miami just would feel right. But Warriors still up there too. There's a good chance for the Warriors. Um, let's see. Now the Timberwolves. That's what I want to talk about. Timberwolves are looking good, and that's where Cat Carl Anthony Towns is being in foul trouble. The man constantly is in foul trouble, and it bothers me so much because when he's on the court, he makes an impact, offense and defensively. But sometimes the dude just be making dumb fouls. He was holding holding KD, pressing KD at the half court line in a game. Bro, you not like that. You not Patrick Beverly. You can like be on him full court. If you're at him at the half court line, you damn near it was a little bit past the half court line. But like, bro, you don't need to be that close on him being Carl Anthony Towns. Bro. Like, know your role. Like, not know your role, but like, because you are a good defender. But like, don't do stupid stuff. Why are you pressing him? And like, he's gonna swipe up, dribble around you, and then sell the foul. And that's exactly what he did. But if you weren't there, that wouldn't have been a problem. Okay, so like stay out of foul trouble because I want to see this Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns throwing at Jokic game. I want to see that. This is the team that match up the best against him, and this team can win it all because Anthony Edwards is that dude. He is that guy. He can hoop. He is a dog. He's a dog. This man just beat KD, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal, bro. McDaniels, Gobert is growing on me, and this team can be the team to knock out Denver, and they are playing like Anthony Edwards is he is one of my favorite players to watch. I love his swag. I like he's just real. He's just real. He's a hooper. And he's doing his thing, man. And I'm liking what I'm seeing from him. I said it earlier in the episode, but he is just a dog, and everything that those moments Jamal Murray have, Anthony Edwards can have those moments too. I think he will have those moments. He's going to have a buzzer beater in this series. I would not be surprised, or a game winning goal for sure. A game winning goal, and I am looking forward to this series. This Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm slowly becoming a fan of this team, man. They're looking good and they're fun to watch. And this matchup is going to be good. Nuggets versus Timberwolves match up really well. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be a different way from Denver was playing against LA. It's a whole different team. What y'all did then might not going to work for them, and it's going to be good. All right. Whew. 36 minutes of talking. Not bad. Moving on. We got the NFL draft. I'm so sad that Jaden Daniels went to Washington. I really want them to pick Drake May, so I knew the Patriots can give me some hope, something to cheer and fight about. I don't know about Drake May. I just don't. Um, I've watched his film, highlights, and whatnot. He's cool. Excuse me. The comparison that they're getting is Josh Allen and/or Justin Herbert, which obviously I would have rather either one if I can have him on the Patriots. If he becomes that, great. I don't like how they gave up. They rejected some trades from Minnesota and can't remember the other team to move back and get future first round. I think it was Minnesota and to get future first round draft picks to next year, well, including taking theirs. 1 second, let's see. I can find it. 1 moment. I do like Milton though. I hope they give Milton a chance to compete for the quarterback position between Drake May and Brissett. That would be cool. That would be a cool little combo. Milton he's got a cannon, bro. That dude, Tennessee was doing his thing, man. And yeah, I wanted. I can't find the trade back right now, but yeah, they could have got some first round draft picks. Rejected it, and they said that he's our guy. So I guess Drake May's our guy. Gotta fall behind him. I have a choice. But you like Pope, the receivers that we got? We got some receivers. We got some receivers, and that's like the first time I've ever said that in the Patriots receiver draft. Like, bro, we got some dogs. We got someone that can be some stars. Um, and I hope that they become something. Um, I don't know what to expect, but I really wish the best for Drake. Let's say it. I was gonna say something. I wish the best for Drake, man. I hope the Patriots get something going on. I hope we can at least get 5 wins off or something. Um, Give me something to cheer about. Drake may look good. Like I'm gonna watch it every preseason game, and I will talk about that for sure. Everywhere else in the draft, I'm gonna say this. I went to a lot of USC football games this year and last year. Friend had season ticket holders. I was always the guy that was down to see the game, and I like Caleb Williams. He is cold, but I think Jaden Daniels is better. Caleb Williams had some great offensive play calls. And of course, he did some flexible stuff, outside the pocket, juice and dudes, look pretty like Patrick Mahomes. And he has that capability of that. But so does Jaden Daniels. And he has a nice offensive coordinator there in Washington this year. And I feel like Jaden Daniels could win Rookie of the Year. That dude, I think, is the best quarterback in this draft, hands down. And I this is with seeing Caleb Williams as much as I've seen him in the past 2 years, almost every home game, and I like that. I'm gonna see what's up. I just wish Justin Fields had the same opportunity that Caleb Williams is going to, like the receivers, the weapons, and seem like some stability, the coach's office, the front office. But wish Caleb Williams the best. Let's see what he can do. I hope he proves me wrong. I don't mind proving me wrong. I just saying what I think, and I think Jane Daniels is the best quarterback in this draft. And 3 to 5 years, we're gonna be saying Jane Daniels is one of the top 5 best quarterbacks in the league. I'm that sold on him. I was sold on CJ. Told people about that. It looked like it's looking good, but he could have a sophomore slump, and I still could be wrong. But yeah, Jane Daniels is the best in the draft. I'm gonna talk about the big elephant in the room when it comes to the draft, and that's Michael Penix Jr. going to Atlanta, while having Kirk Cousins, quarterback that just signed to 100 plus million guaranteed dollar deal. I can give you the exact numbers in just a moment. Kirk Cousins contract. It is a 4-year, $180 million contract, and he'll get 62.5 million in 2024 alone. So getting the most of the money right up front. Um, and the guarantee is $100 million. So why in the hell would you draft a quarterback in the first round and the top 10 pick when you just paid a quarterback for 4 years $180 million with $100 million guaranteed? Doesn't sound like it makes a lot of sense. Boy, does it? So they could have got a defensive player. Everyone would not have been surprised if they got a defensive player because the offense is stacked and the offense is young. Drake London, um, Bijan Robinson, um, tight end I cannot think of right now. Uh, he was the first round draft pick that they used on. He was on my fantasy team this year. That's sad, right? Why is it so hard to find this dude? Kyle Pitts. God dang it! Why was that so hard? Yeah, Kirk Cousins, Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Darnell Mooney. You're fine. And you could have got a defensive player. They haven't had like a 30 or like 10, 20, whatever the number was, plus sack season in some years. And the last in sacks last year, they don't have anything going on the defense right now. They didn't get anything too big name in the free agency either. But Atlanta and the city of Atlanta don't want to be irrelevant anymore. And what they decided to do is get Michael Penix Jr., who was a stud in college last year and was in the national championship last year, who won the Pac-12 last year, who beat Bo Nix, Shedeur Sanders, and Caleb Williams in his division, and had great numbers all year long. And he's 23, 24 years old as a rookie. Why do that? Why do that? You don't want to be irrelevant anymore, is what I was saying. But also, isn't he a great backup option if this 36-year-old quarterback gets injured again? With his contract being 62 million upfront that they're going to pay regardless in 2024, everything else after that seems like a decently moved contract that can happen. Let me do the math right now. So 180 minus 64. would be 116 million still, but would have only 40 million guaranteed. If I know this contract thing to be correct, as long as you get your guaranteed first, that's all that matters. Which he's going to get for sure 62 million guaranteed this year. So it'll be 38 million guaranteed that you have to pay him with a 3-year contract left for 114 million. That's a movable contract because of the guarantee only being so low. I mean, hell, Denver's hitting 52 million from Russell Wilson's right now. So even it's a win-win situation because Michael Penix Jr. can watch Kirk Cousins and grow him to be their next quarterback, so they can continue winning after this. And then Kirk Cousins doesn't work out, that's fine. We will have all this cap space that we need to have Penix Jr. come step in by the second year, and now you have the perfect thing, the cheat code to win the Super Bowl, which is a quarterback on a rookie contract where you can pay everyone else around them. You have a quarterback who just watched Kirk Cousins for 2 years, a quarterback who still might have some packages in him to play some, or might still get some play time because Kirk Cousins might get hurt. That this in a long year plan makes a lot of sense. When also with Kirk Cousins at quarterback, which you expect him to be good, that's why you pay the money to pay him. When is the next opportunity for you to get a top 10 pick? A top 10 pick with the stacked quarterback class. You can, get that pick again. So like you might not find that quarterback again because after Kirk Cousins leaves, he might be coming off of a 9, 10, 11 win season. After his contract is over and you move on. You think you'll get a good quarterback after that? Or any time before that? If he's playing good, every other pick from this point on is going to be a position to help you all win the Super Bowl. And this is a chance to use it now, groom what you have, and did a Jordan Love situation in Packers, which is working out pretty well. Or you can use the same Packers with Aaron Rodgers, and that worked out pretty well. I think this is what the league might start going towards. Having a second quarterback picked, like a high top quarterback, a good quarterback, while there's another quarterback there, doesn't mean it doesn't work out. It worked out for the exact man it's happening to, Kirk Cousins. RG3 was the first pick for the Washington Redskins at the time. And in that same year, they drafted Kirk Cousins. And due to RG3 injury, Kirk Cousins showed up, balled out, got his way to Minnesota, and did the same thing. So it's not too crazy to have two high quarterbacks there because guess what? You're going to get it right now. For the next 4 years, you have two options at quarterback. That's not a bad problem to have in a quarterback-driven league where it is today. So I think it's not. I think I know I like this pick for Atlanta. And to be honest, let's keep it fucking let's keep it culture. Michael Penix Jr. fits Atlanta. That dude, the way he talks, his swag and everything, he's an Atlanta dude. You know what I'm saying? To be out there and kind of like how AI was. He, he's that dude. That fits in Atlanta as well. So I like it. I like it. At first I was like, what the hell is Atlanta doing? But after talking to my boy Coop and thinking about it for a bit, I'm like, this works. This can be something. This can be something good. Hell, next year, if Cousins get hurt, which is possible, man's coming off of an injury, Achilles injury, bro, at 30 plus years old. Granted, they're getting the best doctors in the world, but we, Father Time's undefeated. Someone, if he gets hurt, you're not looking to like, oh man, we got a quarterback, we're paying all this money, and we can't win games now because he's hurt because we ain't got a good backup. Nope, you do. You got this dude named Michael Penix Jr. and I'm happy with the pick that they got. It worked out. It's gonna work out. I'm predicting that it'll work out. Moving on. I think that's all I have for today. Is there anything else I want to talk about? I think that's it. I think that was a good way to end it. Shout out to everyone who's listening right now. Thank you. I appreciate it. You could be listening to this 5 years later, 3 years later, today, tomorrow. I don't know. But thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I'm having fun with this. I don't care. No one ever watches this shit. I'm having fun, and but I still want to get better, and there's still ways I think I can get better. I will continue to get better with this. But this is a good, it's a good thing to do. I like it. So thank you for locking in. Um, 50 minutes. Okay, I like that. That works. That works. And y'all have a great night, day, whatever it is at the time of you watching this. But yeah, until next time. Catch y'all later. Peace out.